was thinking earlier about something that happened earlier in the day and an experiment that I did after reading Eckhart Tolle. And it's not really a new thing, obviously. I'm never going to come up with a new thing. But it was interesting to test some of these ideas that I've been reading in Eckhart and some of the different scriptures that we've been looking at lately about this mindfulness and being present, being fully aware in the now. So let me read this little bit, and then I'll tell you how I tested it this morning and how really delightfully well it worked. Something could happen at any moment, and if you are not absolutely awake, absolutely still, you will miss it. This is the kind of waiting that Jesus talks about. In that state, all of your attention is in the now. There is none left for daydreaming, for thinking, for remembering, for anticipating. There is no tension in it, no fear, just alert presence. You are present with your whole being, with every cell of your body. In that state, the you that has a past and a future, the personality, if you like, is hardly there anymore. And yet, nothing of value is lost. You are still essentially yourself. In fact, you are more fully yourself than you ever were before. And rather, it is only now that you are truly yourself. Be like a servant waiting for the return of the master, Jesus says. The servant does not know at what hour the master is going to come, so he stays awake, alert, poised, still, lest he miss the master's arrival. In another parable, Jesus speaks of the 5 careless women who do not have enough oil to keep their lamps burning while they're waiting for the bridegroom. And they don't get to the wedding feast. These 5 stand in contrast to the 5 wise women who did bring enough oil in order to wait for the Lord, for the coming of the bridegroom. And in this parable, Eckhart Tolle says that the careless women are the women who were unconscious, who were living a life of assumption and not paying attention to the now. And that the five women who did have enough oil, that oil represented their consciousness, their awareness, their presence in the moment, and that they had enough, and that the bridegroom represented the moment, represented the enlightenment of the wedding feast that they were attending. So this morning I was feeling quite craggy, I have to say. I was in a mood and feeling discontent and feeling that restlessness that comes with that discontent, of where the mind is racing to try and think of things to fix this discontent. And of course it goes through your usual rigmarole of things that you usually turn to, whether it's food or a cup of coffee or a new future or a new place to live or a new direction for your life, or just all these big ideas. And I caught myself sitting there racing around from one thing to the next and experiencing restlessness caused by my bad mood. And I tried to bring myself fully into the present, like I always talk about, try to learn my own lesson. And so I erased everything in my mind. I dismantled the castle of discontent, the thought castle of discontent. And I brought myself down, and I said to become fully aware of everything in the moment. I tried to feel the body and see it from the inside out. And I began to feel the sun on my face and the breeze and the blowing of the cars as they drove by on the freeway. And all these things, and I just found that the more that I relaxed into this nameless, speechless, very full, very engaged present, that I did in fact touch a bliss, touch a release from that restlessness in my mind, and the quieting of the demands and possibilities for a different future or a different fix for my mood. As that silenced, it left sort of a relief behind. And I was able to enjoy quite a few moments of a very sweet peace in the midst of a mind battle, in the midst of what was a very difficult period of time this morning. So I have to say there is something to this teaching, and to become established in the present moment, to be fully aware of yourself and your surroundings, and conscious and alert to the possibility of anything in the moment, that in that you do find your authentic self, and you do feel that bliss of being that arises when it's undisturbed, when it's listened to and contemplated.